Yes, 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 yes. The finale for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is out now, and spoiler warning because there is so much for me to talk about. I loved everything about this episode. This show is so amazing, and this is more so just going to be a big rant about how great this final episode is compared to some other videos which were more structured reviews, whereas this one's just like me talking about everything I loved about it. I have no problems with this episode. This is the perfect ending to the show, or maybe season 1. If we get a season 2, that'd be amazing, but if it's just for season 1, if this is it for the show, it's perfect. So I obviously do reactions, and I wish I recorded my reaction to the opening here. Obviously the Flag Smashers, it was set up. I love how every episode just picks up right where the last one left off. And then the Flag Smashers are obviously kind of starting something, and then you see a shield flying through a window. It's Cap's shield, and then the window breaks, and then it comes out. Sam catches it, breaks through in this incredible new suit. One of my favorite superhero suits ever. He comes in and my mouth dropped. I don't know if for those who have seen like Soups, like I feel like you have if you like superheroes. His channel is awesome, but I felt like him watching it. I was like, yes, like I almost yelled. I was so hyped. I think you could tell by my reaction. I was so hyped here, like I gasped, and then like I'm Captain America, and I'm like, yes you are, yes you are. Oh, this video is fun. And there is just this badass fight where Sam is just fully taken on the role of Captain America. He is Captain America now. Sam Wilson is Captain America, and I couldn't be more happy. He's the one who really deserved to take that shield, and I love the way they set it up throughout. And I'll talk about John Walker later, don't worry. And that scene where he's equally throwing the shield around, catching it, doing some like cool, well, he does some like acrobatic things kind of later when he's fighting that guy, and then Sharon shows up, and her and Bucky are trying to get through, and then Bucky's talking to Carly on the phone. And Bucky in this episode, now Bucky is like a top 3 MCU, top 5 MCU characters for me. I think I've said that before, but I absolutely love him. In this episode, he's sidelined kind of, but it's okay. It's okay that he's on the side because this is Sam's episode. I mean, it's the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but this one is the Falcon, or in this case, Captain America, like that amazing reveal at the end with the title card where it says Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which, yeah, sure, we have Captain America, the Winter Soldier from the movie. Now it's in some ways called that, but I thought that was really nice. And then Bucky tries to talk Carly out of it in a way. He just tries to talk with her. And then Sharon, we all were kind of, I have class in a few minutes. Everyone kind of suspected that Sharon was the power broker. What the hell? Sure. And then later on in the episode, it is revealed that that's her as she's talking to Carly and another flag smasher, or no, not another flag smasher, but then they have this thing, and then we realize it's her, which we could tell throughout, but I was like, it's definitely her. I really like that reveal there, and just the action overall is phenomenal. It really is. I love the hand-to-hand combat. I mean, they really mastered that first off in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, the movie from 2014. I mean, obviously, everyone probably agrees it's one of the best, and they really mastered it there, and it's just gotten better and better and better. I think, we see in Civil War, we see in Infinity Wars, we've seen all this, and here, it looks amazing, and there's so much to talk about. John Walker shows up here, and I heard his voice, and I'm like, oh no, because we know at the end, obviously the end credit scene, or no, yeah, it was the end credit scene of the last one. He was building his own like Captain America shield, and it was like, oh god, what is he gonna do? He shows up here, and he's just out for revenge. That's what he is, and that's what we're expecting. He's just out for revenge here, and he starts to get it, but then the Flag Smashers are able. Carly does this thing where you could tell, like, they in the shot they set it up, which was really cool, where she like, I don't know, I can't describe what they're in, but basically, let's say like it's this little like bar, she like jumps, step, kick to the head, John Walker goes down for a bit as they escape, and the Flag Smashers have kind of prisoners on this bus, and this is where Bucky starts to shine, because Bucky has to save these, well, not hostages, that's the word I meant, sorry, and he has to like break open this thing, and he puts his arm on it finally after like punching through it, and he just pulls, and it's like, it's so crazy. And he's also trying to fight off some of the Flag Smashers, but John Walker's there, he's out for revenge. When he finally wakes up, basically Bucky saves like the one kind of group of people in one of the 2 cars, but the second one kind of goes away, and then Falcon, or Sam, I don't know, he's not even Falcon anymore, he is Captain America now. He's kind of dealing with this helicopter thing, and we see Red Wing back, and it's awesome. His suit just, I can't talk enough about this suit. I saw like pictures before this episode about like for like the past week or two about like what they think his costume looks like from the comics, and it looks exactly like it. It's so like satisfying to see that almost. And that whole helicopter sequence is amazing. There's a part where Sam gets like hit and he goes underwater, and I'm like, oh shoot, and then you see like this blue light from the water. It goes and he's like spinning on his way up. They kind of figured out that he gets Red Wing to, I think, come in and like knock out one of the person not driving it, flying it. There we go. And then the person, he's talking to a woman inside through like, I don't know, headset, earpiece, whatever, and then she like grabs on the controls and saves him. It's really great. And him and Red Wing, well, I mean him, Sam, and of course Red Wing on his back, save these two, like, I don't know if they're cops or SWAT. I think it might have been SWAT, and they like grab them both and set them down on the bridge, and you see like the wings out, and it's like the white and blue, like, and red, like the America colors here, and this is like the good America. But then as that car is kind of going off, because Bucky saved the one, just going back to that point, Bucky saves the one, but then the other one is making its way kind of towards the edge, and Bucky is down like below, and he kind of looks up, and you could tell like he won't be able to save it all. So then John Walker goes, and you could tell like he looks at Carly, and then he looks at the thing, he's like, do I want revenge or do I want to save these people? He decides to save these people, and I've heard that people have some problems with him like suddenly changing, and we're supposed to like him now, but we're not. That's the thing, is that he's trying to redeem himself in a way, but you can tell by like even Bucky's reaction where he's still not like 100% sure, but he knows that this is what Chris and Cam said in like the film stock review of this. They know that they need someone else to help fight the Flag Smashers, so they accept just all the help they can get with John Walker, because they know he's now taking the super soldier serum, or at least it's pretty obvious here. And then they obviously fight them off, and it kind of gets like gas bomb, is that what it is? Yeah, we're like smoke bomb, that's what it is. And then the Flag Smashers start to escape, they chase them down, and then it leads to like one of the really big scenes where Sam is just, he's telling Carly like, I don't want to fight you, I don't want to do any of this, so he's just blocking her with his shield as she's trying to beat him down. Then he gets knocked down, she's like, stay down, and he stands up, he's like, no. And I'm just like, yes, this guy, so awesome. I love Sam. He just gets better and better and better every single time I see him. He's now probably in my top 10, top 15 MCU characters. He's so good here. And then sadly, but also not sadly, like Sharon does end up shooting Carly, because they had this little standoff before. And then I really liked about the way that Sam like held her as she was dying, obviously, and it looked a lot like that shot in Civil War when Rhodey's down and Tony is kind of like holding him. And then Bucky and John kind of solve it with the rest of the Flag Smashers in this kind of comedic scene where he's like, yeah, Bucky's like, oh yeah, nice app, because they were tracking where they wanted to go, and it was really good. And still, like, even when you have one of my favorite characters, Bucky, sidelined, and then you put Sam really in the forefront, it worked perfectly. I think they balanced everything really well in all of the episodes. I really loved all the episodes. Like, I either gave them a 4.5 or 5 out of 5. So you can tell I really, really love this show. And I'm being completely honest here. And then one of the most, if not the most important scene, and maybe even the best, like, it's not so much exciting like the action scenes, because a lot of this was just action. But then after everything's solved, Sam is talking to like the senator and all the people that obviously the Flag Smashers were trying to like change their opinion on, something with the borders. I forget exactly what it is. And he starts talking to them, and then he starts talking about like problems, and then he says something like, I'm a black man in America, and he says that like how he knows that when he dons, of course, now that he is Captain America, he knows that there are going to be, I think, millions or like thousands of people out there who are going to hate him. He says all this, and then he says this really, really good line, and I'm going to repeat it right now. Every time I pick this thing up, I know that there are millions out there that are going to hate me for it. Even now, here, I hear it. The stares, the judgment, and there's nothing I can do to change their minds. Yet, I'm still here. No super serum, no blonde hair, blue eyes. The only power I have is that I believe that we can do better. And that gave me chills. I was like, this is really something. They did a really good job at mixing social commentary in here. This episode was amazing. And then he goes to visit Isaiah, which is really, really special, because we knew that there had to be some closure there. And it's just this beautiful scene. Actually, I'll talk about the Bucky thing first. And they're back in Baltimore, and you can see they're kind of happy and all that. And then Bucky goes to the one apartment that he was going to in, I think, the first episode, and he had killed this man's son, but he didn't say anything about it. And you see like the basically shrine of like obviously his son because it's his father, and then he's like, I need to tell you something, or like he's like, come in. The old man's like, come in, don't let them see you, or like hopefully the cops don't get called or something. And then he tells him, he's like, your son was murdered by the Winter Soldier. And he's like, it was me. I had no control. And I was like, I started tearing up. Like, I didn't fully cry, but I was like, oh, this is sad. And then one part this is another thing that almost got me, but Sam sees Isaiah, and then he's like, I have something to show you. They go to the Captain America Museum, and then there is a statue, almost like a gold statue of Isaiah, and it's just this beautiful moment. This show is really special to me. Overall, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or Captain America and the Winter Soldier, was everything I wanted it to be. For me, I'm a massive fan of both of these characters, and I love them even more. This was my most anticipated MCU project for the future, and it absolutely paid off. This finale was, in my opinion, the best episode yet. It was flawless, and I'm gonna give the finale of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier a 5 out of 5. Yep, I talked a lot, and now I have to rush to get back on online school because lockdown number 3. But what did you think of this episode? Please tell me down below, because I know maybe not everyone loved it. I hear a lot of people saying, yeah, it's solid, but I'm like, no, it was everything I think it needed to be. It was really special. This show is really special to me, and it's one that I can actually see myself revisiting over and over and over again. And I'm going to rank all the episodes in the next few days, and I might do a video on like my favorite MCU characters, or like a tier list, something like that. I don't know, but let me know what you want to see in the comments down below, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Over and out.